Yeah, hi there. These comments are for LWL, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you completed one of my integrated speaking practice tests, so let's hear it.
The reading passage and the speaker talk about the risk of using nuclear energy.
Wait a minute.
The reading passage and the speaker talk about...
You can't say are talk about. That doesn't work grammatically. If you say are, the be verb, you have to say are talking about, or you can just say the reading passage and the lecture talk about blah, blah, blah. So remember, don't use the ing unless you have to have the be verb with it. So are talking about. So that's a language use issue. That kind of mistake is going to drop your score very quickly. I'll be honest with you, because that's basic grammar. Basic grammar means you use the present progressive tense with the be verb and then the main verb with ing. So that's something you don't want to make a mistake too often. Alright, let's keep going.
The risk of using nuclear energy and give us a detailed example. The reading passages introduce the background information of nuclear energy, which is a man-made product that can be used both for fuel or for weapons. And the technology for producing it is shared and spread all over the world. So it's a very dangerous situation. If IAEA can't monitor it, the speaker should...
Now, you're not exactly making the connection there, so you have to make this connection. So the International Atomic Energy Agency is having difficulty monitoring what countries are doing with the enriched uranium that they have. A, are they using it to make a bomb? Or B, are they using it peaceful purposes for nuclear energy? That's kind of the key. You didn't completely, I think, make that connection there.
Was an example of nuclear accident, which leads 30 people died.
Which led to the deaths of 30 people, or which led to 30 people dying, you might say it that way. So you're having some language use issues. This is a grammatical issue. The only way you're going to solve this is you need a lot more exposure to the language. That means reading newspapers. That means talking to native speakers. That means speaking a lot of English every day. And the more you speak the language, the fewer errors you will make. Your speech will become more and more automatic, and it'll become more and more correct and accurate as you practice.
And the thousands of cancer.
No, thousands of people died from cancer as a direct result of the radioactive fallout from the explosion. That's what you have to say, but you didn't say. So sometimes you're leaving out a lot of information that's needed to fully explain the ideas.
Accident cost more to fix than the economic benefit.
No, you're not really saying that. Is the cost of the accident was more money than all the profits generated from the Soviet Union's nuclear energy program from the 50s all the way to the 1980s. Again, so you're limited. Your vocabulary and your grammar limitations are preventing you from fully explaining your ideas.
Conclusion, it's very hard to monitor the producing process, and
the production process, I would say,
to take a higher risk to produce the nuclear energy.
Okay, hold on just 1 second here. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm good. I had to make sure that my cord was powering the computer there. Okay, now the next step is, what is your score and why? So for you, my advice for you is you need to spend a lot of time in 2, maybe 3 areas of my course. Vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. If I were you, I would be living at my website right now. Because if you can improve your vocabulary and you can improve your grammar, that's going to make a big difference in how fully you can explain your ideas. But as is, you're limited. So you need to work on improving that ability so you can more fully express what you're saying. So your score here, because of language use issues, also some delivery pronunciation issues, I'm going to put you right around 2.0 out of 4, or 15 points out of 30. Now, for the purposes of our class, if you go to the syllabus, you can go right now, go to page 9. 2.0, that's going to put you at 70% on this particular assignment. All right, so now you know. You're getting some good information here. You're getting information about your English abilities. Remember that I've listened to thousands and thousands of speaking practice tests, and yours is scoring in the lower range, mainly due to problems with your vocabulary, grammar, and also pronunciation. So start going through the pronunciation exercises, all the vowel, all the consonant sound lessons, and then just keep going from there and continue to get a lot of exposure to English, and absolutely make sure that you're speaking English pretty much all day, every day. Try to speak English at least 90% of your day, and then maybe if you have to call your parents or something along those lines, you can speak in your first language there. But other than that, keep speaking English. All right, anyway, thank you very much for completing this assignment.